Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit LIONS fans. Let's get to the news. All right, Lions fans, strap in because what I'm about to tell you could be a real game changer. The NFL offseason is always filled with surprises, but right now, the buzz is swirling around a potential blockbuster trade that might reshape the NFC North. And it involves none other than Xavier McKinney, currently a standout safety for the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, I know it sounds wild, but the whispers are getting louder. According to sources close to Adam Schefter, the Packers, sitting at a 5-4 record in November 2025 with a tight $18.3 million cap space, are engaged in serious talks with the Lions about trading McKinney for a third-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. Now, before you start throwing out your jerseys, let's break this down. McKinney isn't just any safety. He's a Pro Bowler, a top 100 player according to PFF in 2025, and a guy who has been making waves with his versatility and playmaking ability. He's led his team with 75 tackles, snagged 6 interceptions, and forced 4 pass breakups. His coverage grade from PFF is an impressive 88.5, and he's been a force in deep coverage with a grade of 91. His stats say a lot about his ability to shut down the passing game, and his EPA per target is 36, meaning he's been very effective at limiting big plays. He's also allowed just 3. 2 YAC yards after catch per reception, which shows he's quick to close in on the ball carrier. McKinney's career totals include 320 tackles, 20 interceptions, 9 forced fumbles, and he's been known for his explosiveness, especially in run support, with a tackle grade of 92, comparable to some of the best safeties in the league. But it's not just his stats that make him appealing. He's battled a shoulder injury in Week 4 that limited him to 76% of the snaps. But even with that, his impact has been undeniable. His ability to make explosive plays, like his 2 interceptions against the Bears in Week 2, shows that he can be a difference maker at any moment. His play style echoes that of some of the best safeties in the league, with a knack for forcing turnovers and disrupting passing lanes. His ability to support run defense and cover deep routes makes him a perfect fit for a Lions secondary that is already looking to elevate its game. Now, why would the Packers consider trading him? Well, it's largely about cap space and roster management. Green Bay needs room for extensions, especially for quarterback Jordan Love, whose massive $48 million cap hit is squeezing their budget. Their secondary has been shaky, giving up an average of 212 yards passing per game, and with their current roster, they're in a bit of a rebuild mode. The trade for McKinney could be a way for them to get some draft capital while addressing other needs. But that's where it gets interesting. Some skeptics believe that trading McKinney might weaken the Packers' chances in the NFC North, especially since they're still fighting to stay in the playoff hunt. Without a true Pro Bowler in the back end, their defense is leaking points, allowing around 24 points per game, and they're currently sitting outside the playoff picture. Odds of winning the Super Bowl are at +7-0, indicating they're considered underdogs at this point. Now let's shift gears and talk about the Lions. Detroit is sitting at an incredible 8-1 record and leading the NFC North comfortably with a cap space of around $22.4 million. Their roster has been impressive all season, but they're not perfect. Their secondary, for example, has been exposed at times due to injuries, with players like Reed, their cornerback, currently on IR. The safeties are also a bit thin, especially after the loss of Onwuzurike to an ACL injury, which has left some gaps in their deep coverage. That's precisely why the Lions see McKinney as a potential game changer. Adding McKinney to this mix would be a masterstroke. Imagine him patrolling the backfield, adding leadership, and providing that extra layer of security against the deep passing game. His projection of around +8 interceptions, reducing EPA per pass by 23%, and leading in coverage deep downfield would be massive boosts for the Lions. His ability to lead in turnovers, more than 5 per game, would be a huge factor in closing out games, especially in the playoffs where every possession counts. His presence could neutralize elite receivers running deep routes, especially on third downs, where the Lions have sometimes been vulnerable. This addition, coupled with the pass rush of Aiden Hutchinson, who's been gaining more support along the line, and a run defense that's already improved to 3.8 yards per carry against, could make the Lions one of the most formidable defenses in the league. What's even more exciting is how this could impact Detroit's Super Bowl odds. Right now, they're sitting at plus 3-0, but with McKinney's addition, those numbers could plummet to around plus 1,500. That's a huge jump, especially considering how well the Lions are playing this season. They've already shown that they can beat anyone, but adding a player like McKinney could be the final piece to solidify their defense and push them over the top. The way they've been winning games, by controlling the clock, shutting down opponents and making big plays, becomes even more dangerous with a versatile safety who can do it all. Of course, the trade isn't just about the current season. It's about setting up a future that looks even brighter. The Lions have been building a team that's hungry for a deep playoff run, and this move signals their intent to compete at the highest level. It's about creating mismatches, forcing turnovers, and establishing dominance both in the air and on the ground. With McKinney in the fold, the Lions' secondary could become a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks, especially in the postseason where every game turns into a battle of wills. So what does this mean for the NFC North? Well, if Detroit pulls this off, they'll not only be strengthening their defense, but they'll also be sending a message to the rest of the division. They're here to stay. The Vikings and Bears will have to reconsider their plans because a Lions team with McKinney commanding the back end would be a nightmare to face. It's a bold move, no doubt, but one that could pay off big time in the long run. It's not just about this season. It's about laying the foundation for a Lions dynasty, a team that consistently competes at the highest level and brings the Lombardi Trophy back to Detroit. And let's not forget, the Super Bowl odds for Detroit would also see a significant boost. With McKinney's ability to change the game, the Lions could be in the mix for a deep playoff run, maybe even a shot at their first Super Bowl since the 1990s. The fans are dreaming big, and right now, everything points to this being a real possibility. The combination of a strong offense, led by Jared Goff, a blossoming run game, and a defense that's starting to click, especially if they add a player like McKinney, makes the Lions a team to watch. In conclusion, Lions fans, this potential trade is more than just a rumor. It's a statement of intent, a signal that the team is willing to make bold moves to reach the ultimate goal. It shows that the front office is serious about contending and that they're willing to go the extra mile to improve their roster. Whether it happens or not, one thing is clear. The NFC North is about to get even more interesting, and the Lions are right at the center of it all. So stay tuned because this story is far from over, and we're all going to be watching closely as it unfolds. The road to another Super Bowl is never smooth, but with moves like this, Detroit is positioning itself to be a serious contender for years to come. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Detroit Lions news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Lions. Do you think this trade could really happen? Would you be excited to see McKinney in Honolulu blue? Personally, I believe it could be the move that takes Detroit over the top, but I want to know what you think. Keep the conversation going, and I'll be back soon with more updates. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep dreaming big, because the Lions are on the rise and the best is yet to come.